welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2,000 points. Adeptus Mechanicus have returned, and they'll be taking on the Death Guard Chaos Space Marines. Part 1 has already been played over on the Plus channel, and then we will refight here on YouTube for the second time. These two forces will collide across this desert terrain and Imperial compound here. The forces of Chaos sweeping in, and the Adeptus Mechanicus will try and stop them. Right, so welcome to this 2,000 points game. Adeptus Mechanicus versus Death Guard Chaos Space Marines. Aaron Allen's going to take command of his Death Guard here, and they're going to try and stop them with the Adeptus Mechanicus. Great narrative building up here. One Space Marine chapter after the next being defeated by Aaron's Death Guard, and so the Ad Mech are going to step in here and see if they can stop them. We've already played part 1. It's over on the Plus channel. I can't tell you the result of that game, but both sides here, both of us very eager to play this second rematch here, and so we'll see what result we get in this game. So this is the revamped Ad Mech force. This is the reason really why they've not been on the channel for a while. I've been revamping the army. You can see the new glorious banners here on the Onaga Dune crawlers, and I've restructured the list here. It's expanded in size. I've added a couple of new units in and expanded some units also, but we'll cover the list here. It's a double battalion for the Adeptus Mechanicus and Battle Forge, so 13 command points here. That's an excellent number of command points to use. So HQs then, I need 4 here for a double battalion. Belisarius called just there. He's not the commander, or not the warlord here for this force, but he is in the list. Then Tech Priest Dominus, he's the warlord. Here, Necromechanic is his warlord trait. It's +1 to the result for repairs that he does. It's D3 +1 usually, and then on the night it'll be 1 +1. He can restore wounds on that, just to make him a bit more effective at restoring wounds on vehicles. And he has the Omniscient Mask as well. The relic's been taken for him. That's granting rerolls to hit in close combat for units that are nearby, just in case he has the need to assist some units in close combat. So he has the Omniscient Axe, the Macro Stubber, and the Eradication Ray for him. Then for troops, I need 6 of them to fulfill the double battalion. So I have 2 units of Rangers just here. There's 2 arc rifles in each of those squads, 2 units of 8, and then galvanic rifles for all of those. The squad leader has an arc pistol and an arc maul for both of those squads. Then 2 more units of Rangers. It's the sniper teams here, so Transonic Arquebus, 2 of those in each of those squads of 5, and no other upgrades at all. And then 2 units of Vanguard here, 2 units of 6. Each squad leader has a radium pistol, an arc maul, radium carbines for all of these, and then 2 plasma calivers in each of those squads as well. So slightly more infantry than usual, and more squads here to make up the double battalion. 2 other HQs as well, by the way. 2 Tech Priest engine seers here. That's new models I've painted up. 2 cheap choices there to fulfill the HQ requirements here for this double battalion. Then I'll cover elites here. The Infiltrators and the Rush Stalkers are in, and both units have been expanded. So Infiltrators, there's now 10 of them with their Flechette Blasters and Taser Goads, and then behind them a unit of Rush Stalkers. They've been expanded to a unit of 10 as well, with their Transonic Razors and Cold Claws for those. A lot of point savings of Chapter Approved 2018, so I've managed to expand the army in size here. Fast attack, I've got 2 Dragoons here, so separate unit choices, just to do a bit of scouting work. Those are now available. Used to use those in games. I haven't used them for a good while, and now they've been returned to the Ad Mech force, which is great to see them back in the list. Then Onaga Dune crawlers here, 3 independent choices, all armed the same. I've given them the Icarus array, so it's the multiple shot weapons available for those. And then finally, it's Scravenferus Maximus here, the Imperial Knight, with his Reaper Chainsword, Storm Spear Rocket Pod, and Thermal Cannon for him. And then just the way the points have worked out, I've dropped the Melter on him and instead taken a Heavy Stubber. But that's the list here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are readying themselves for war. and they need to try and stop the Death Guard here in this battle. And then at this stage, just to mention the patrons, I've set up a Patreon page to support our local Wargames club, and all the proceeds go to them. At gold level, it's Marcus Anthony, Paul Cook, Adam Bateman, Coldress123 and Winter Volpine, so special thanks to them for their support at gold level. And you can check out the end credits and see those supporting at silver level, and thanks also to those supporting at bronze level also. So that's the army here for the Adeptus Mechanicus, reformed and ready for war. We'll take a look now and see what Aaron Allen has in his Death Guard army. Okay, so 2,000 points of Death Guard here. This is Aaron's force that has made quite a mark this season. They have beaten one Space Marine chapter after the next and have performed very well. But now, for the second time, they'll face the Ad Mech here. We'll let Aaron run through his list.
Okay, so this is my 2,000 points of Death Guard. I have a battalion detachment and a super heavy auxiliary detachment. In the battalion detachment, I have 3 HQs. I have Typhus, I have a Lord of Contagion, and a Malignant Plague Caster. Then I have 6 units of troops. I have 3 units of 20 Poxwalkers and 3 units of 6 Plague Marines. 2 of the Plague Marine units have 2 Blight Launchers in there, and one of the units has 2 Plasma Guns. Then in heavy support, I have 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. They have the Entropy Cannons and Heavy Slugger. And then for my elite slot, I have a Noxious Blightbringer. And finally, for the super heavy auxiliary detachment, I have Mortarion, and he's the Warlord. Okay, and for my psychic powers, Mortarion has Curse of the Leper, Miasma of Pestilence, and Plague Wind. The Malignant Plague Caster has Miasma of Pestilence and Putrescent Vitality, and Typhus has Curse of the Leper and Blades of Putrefaction.
Okay, so that's Aaron's list here. It's tried and tested, it's performed very well. The general vibe across the community is that Death Guard armies do perform well and are tough to beat and resilient, but the Ad Mech will try and beat them here in this game. We'll go on to scenario and deployment now for this epic fight. Okay, so we have a scenario here. It's been randomly determined. It's come from Chapter Approved 2018, Maelstrom of War. Scars of Battle. It's mission number 6 to be played here. 6 objectives on the board. Search and Destroy is the deployment. Aaron won the roll-off and selected to go in this corner here with his Death Guard Chaos Space Marines. And so in the other corner will be the deployment zone for the Adeptus Mechanicus, measuring 9 inches away from the centre of the battlefield for each side. The objectives then, objective number 4 is just here, nicely inside the Death Guard deployment zone. Objective number 1 is inside the deployment zone as well. Then objective number 5 is quite close to the Adeptus Mechanicus deployment zone. Objective number 3 just on top of the hillside there in the corner. Then almost in the centre of No Man's Land, objective number 6. And then over on the other flank is objective number 2, just over there by the container. So that's the objectives, nice and evenly spread across the board here, just with the Death Guard having 2 of them nicely inside their deployment zone. So rules then, Slay the Warlord, First Strike and Line Breaker here in this mission. Generating tactical objectives, if you have less than 3 at the start of the turn, you're generating cards until you have 3 in play. We've already removed 6 cards chosen from each of our decks, ones that we think are going to be difficult to fulfill. That's the rules there for refined strategy. And then also lost communication special rule here for the Scars of Battle scenario. It just basically means each of us, before the game starts, will be removing another 5 cards from our deck, and that'll be randomly determined. So that is the scenario here. Adeptus Mechanicus must deploy first, and it'll be their army in its entirety, and then Aaron deploy. Ad Mech will then go first unless the Death Guard sees the initiative. No, actually, I think we choose. Yes, no, Ad Mech can choose whether to go first or second, but I imagine they want to go first in this fight. We'll start deploying units on the board. Right, so the battle mat that we're using in this game, it's by gamemat.eu, 6x4, perfect for games of Warhammer 40,000. And then in this terrain setup, we're also using the industrial terrain set from gamemat.eu as well. That's these here. this building, which I've modified and added an extra level to it just to level out the top, and also some of the containers here are from that industrial terrain set as well. I've also been painting it up here, sort of an Ad Mech sort of theme. There is a tutorial for that it's here on YouTube, so you can check that out. And I've been putting posters on and propaganda posters and so on these buildings as well. But you can check out gamemat.eu for your supplies of battle mats. Got a vast variety of those now, and also the terrain sets available from them as well. Alright, so deployment's complete here for both sides. We'll cover the Adeptus Mechanicus first of all. So right hand side, deploying right up to the edge, is the Knight. It's the Knight Errant here, and then the Warlords just there, the Tech Priest Dominus. The Ruststalkers also, like a bodyguard unit I'm using them for here. Then also a unit of Vanguard with the Plasma Calivers, and then the two Dragoons also. So like one group on this side, then a gap, split the army into two parts, and then the main gun line just over here. So Dune Crawlers right at the very back of their line here, range 48 with their weapons, so happy to sit back and fire at anything that moves towards the main battle line. I have two Tech Priest Engine Seers here, one on top of objective number 3, and then one down here in amongst the Dune Crawlers is just tucked in there. Belisarius Crawlers just here, right in the heart of the army. The Snipers just in front of the Dune Crawlers. They've got a decent field of fire looking out across in this direction, range 60 with their weapons. Then on the extreme left-hand side, a unit of Vanguard, and then 2 units of Rangers, one on top here, unit of 8, and then the other unit down here is pretty much a meat shield in front of the rest of the army. So split the army into 2 parts here. 2 forces, a Knight on this side, and then the gun line here on this left-hand side. So I do have 1 unit in reserve. It's the Infiltrators here, unit 10. They are a unit to watch here in this game. They can deep strike in, turn 2 onwards, more than 9 inches away from enemy models. When they arrive, 10 of them, with their flechette blasters, that's going to be 50 shots. I could enhance that with a stratagem here, making it 2s to hit, and if the right canticle's in play, it will be 2s to hit, re-rolling 1. So potentially almost 50 hits could come through. And then I can play Wrath of Mars, which is unique to Mars here. It's the Forge World here for this force. 2 command points. Any 6s to wound is a mortal wound in addition to the normal damage. A nasty sting in the tower here of this unit potentially when they arrive. So this Mars, the Forge World that I'm using here, means I get 2 rolls on the Canticles table, and then with Belisarius Call I can adjust those results either by +1 or -1. So a much higher chance of getting results like Shroud Psalm, for example, to put the whole army into cover apart from the Knight. So should be able to make good use of the Canticles here for this force. But we'll go around the other side now. There's a no man's land here, and the Death Guard have deployed in the other corner. So this is Aaron's deployment here, infesting this area. So it's a good narrative. The Ad Mech looking to cleanse this area. It's been overrun by the Death Guard here. You can see this sort of Ad Mech compound. And so this needs to be eradicated for sure. But Aaron's put Poxwalkers out, 2 on this flank, ready to move forwards, potentially. Another unit just here. Typhus and the Noxious Blightbringer.
Yes.
Yeah, just there. Plague Burst Crawler at the back. 1 just tucked behind here, making use of the line of sight blocking terrain. Units of Plague Marines here, 1, 2, and 3. Malignant Plaguecaster just there. Militarian, the last model, always, that's Aaron's trademark, always putting Militarian down last. He's placed him on this left-hand flank, and I believe out of range of the 48-inch Dune Crawlers as well. Okay, trying to limit the damage potentially could come through against Militarian. And then 1 unit in reserve, which is the Lord of Contagion, who can arrive on the board turn 2 onwards, more than 9 inches away from enemy models. That's deployment done here for the Death Guard. So all that's left really is we need to remove cards from our deck. We also need to see who goes first if Aaron wants to try and seize the initiative. So I think the way it's worded here for the scenario will determine who goes first. It should be the Ad Mech unless Aaron rolls a 6, and then we'll randomly determine some cards to remove from our deck, and then we'll reshuffle them. But 6+ here, see if Aaron can seize initiative. Oh. It is a 1. Okay, so the Ad Mech will go first here in this scenario. So what we'll do now is we will remove some cards from the deck, reshuffle them, and then we'll go on to the first turn. But the forces of the Imperium here will make the first move. All right, so we're on turn 1 here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. So 3 cards have been drawn. So Witch Hunter, so it's destroying a Psyker. A Victory for Logic, so when a Psyker is destroyed or fails a psychic test, or if a power is negated or stopped. And then Defend Objective number 5, which is this objective here. So there's an incentive for the Ad Mech to shift to their left here with the gun line. I think that's possible. So you may well see that take place here in the movement phase, and then to go after Psykers. Militarian's a Psyker, so it would be a good incentive to try and start putting wounds on him if we can get close enough to him with firepower from the gun line, which is all the way up the other end of the table. We're going to movement now. I think there's a fair bit for the Ad Mech to do. Yeah, I'm saying there's a fair bit of movement because the Ad Mech can't sit back and castle up here in this game. It's an objective-based game here, and the objectives are spread all across the table. So Ad Mech really need to mix it up, move around the board, and claim objectives, and go aggressive here if they can. We'll go on to movement now, see how these units move. All right, so movement's complete here for the Ad Mech. Virtually all the units have moved here. 2 6s being rolled. These are separate units here. 2 6s being rolled for advancing with the 2 Dragoons, so 16 inches moved by both of those, just zipping along the back line here. Then a 6 rolled for these for advance, so they've tucked in behind the containers. Advance these 3 inches with the Rust Stalkers. The Warlord's just here. He hasn't advanced, he's just moved 6. And then the Knight, instead of going this direction, I've shifted him straight across, headed towards objective number 6. Then across here, you can see the gun lines move. These have descended down, just normal move from them. These have moved forward 6 inches just to get a better range against the Poxwalkers there through the fence. Advanced with this unit here 5 inches. They've moved up along the containers and hopefully hidden away, and they've started the process here of defending objective number 5. Rolled a 6 for this Tech Priest engines here as well, so he's moved around 12. He was at the back there. These have all pushed around this direction. I don't know if any of them in range. I think possibly one of them might be in range of Militarum, but I've struggled to get range against him. Aaron's put him further back in his lines. I've held position with the snipers, and then just sitting here with this Tech Priest engines here on objective number 3. So movement complete here. Just cover terrain. So any craters that you see, the usual rules for craters, there's a good number of them on the board. And then everything else is just line of sight blocking terrain. Yeah, everything else we're going to play is just line of sight blocking terrain here. It's nice and simple for the terrain set up on the board here. Okay, so we'll go on to no psychic phase here. Canticles rolled up as well, by the way. Shroud Psalm has been played, or is active here this turn, so all the units now count as being in cover apart from the Knight. And then also reroll ones in the shooting phase also. And then Aaron has not used prepared positions here, so units don't count as being in cover. So we'll go now on to shooting phase here. We'll see what the Ad Mech can do with their shooting phase here with their opening salvo. Okay, so shooting phase here. I've just actually off camera fired one of the rifles. It was this one here in range. We fired up against the Plague Marines on top, just behind those 2 generators, and missed. And so that's that one done. This unit here has moved out and it's got a better range. It's going to fire against the Poxwalkers through the fence. So the 2 arc rifles are in range. Reroll hit rolls. Any hit rolls here for Belisarius calling nearby. Generates 2 hits. What toughness are you at this stage?
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4, right. Still 3s to wound. Yeah, 1 wound comes through. Okay. So Aaron would make his first disgusting resilient roll, which, surprise, surprise, he passes on a 6. Okay, galvanic rifles. Reroll those ones. They've all hit. This is Belisarius call helping out here. 4s to wound. 2 more disgustingly resilient rolls. Passes another one. Okay, so 1 Poxwalker drops to the floor in a squishy heap. So I'm going to fight the Eradication Ray next. It's just in range of the Plague Marines on top there. Range 24. Heavy D3. It's 2 shots. Be 2s to hit. -1 from the hit rolls because we moved. So that's 2 hits. 3s to win at strength 6. 2 wounds coming through. I'm just going to check the rules for that. But it's going to be AP -2 as well. Yeah, no, it's the Volkite Blast that has an effect on a 6. So 2 saves of -2s of 5 ups. Okay, 2 get through, and the damage is just 1. Alright, so 2 disgustingly resilient rolls to make. Double 6, I don't believe this. Okay. It's true. Death Guard players always roll well above the average, and it's way above the average here at the moment. Okay, so we'll keep shooting, but a lot of the infantry now have fired their weapons. Alright, so we're going to shoot with the Knight next. We're going to put the Heavy Stubber into the Plague Marines just up here, and then they're going to offload all that we have into Mortarion. So we're going to send some shots his way. Doesn't have the psychic powers in play at the moment, which grants -1 to hit rolls and +1 toughness. So we'll take the opportunity now to try and pick on Mortarion. We are in range of all of the weapons here with the Knight, despite it moving across in this direction. So, the Thermal Cannon. D6 shots. 4, which will keep. It's going to be 3s to hit. Oh, just the 2. 3s to wound at strength 9. The 2 make it through. Okay, so Aaron will take a 4+ invuln save here. No doubt he's going to have a command reroll on standby. Potentially. So it's past 1. 1 will get through. The damage will be D6 damage here. Unless he wants to try and block now.
What's damage on the rocket pod?
D6 as well, yeah. It's a tough choice as he blocking now. D6 is random. It could just be 1 damage comes through. It could be 6 here.
Yeah. I'll spend my command point on that.
Yeah, it's about the highest damage weapon I have, so. Okay, that's a 2. Okay, playing whole facing here with the dice, and it's a 2. So D6 does have disgustingly resilient. Just the 2. 5s and 6s to block here. No, alright, 2 wounds. We've winged him. We've put another hole in his butterfly wings. Fire the rocket pod next. 3s to hit. They've all hit. Strength 8, toughness 7. 3s to wound. 2 wounds to come through. Yeah, I'll command reroll this one. Yes, alright, 3 have made it through here. So it's going to be 4+2 deny these. 2 get through. So it's going to be 2d6 damage. 9. Now that's nasty enough here. So Aaron's going to look for a good, disgustingly resilient roll here. 5 pluses. Which is pretty good. Now he's blocked 4 of them, but 5 have made it through. Okay, so 5 more wounds drop here on Mortarion. So wounds starting to pile up now on this Primarch. Okay, just fired the Heavy Stubber there. It has picked off one of the Plague Marines here, so Aaron will choose and remove one of those models from play. No complaints here with the Knight. He's put some decent firepower out this turn, and that will encourage the Ad Mech here to see good firepower coming from this Knight against Mortarion. We'll press on. There's still some more firepower to go. The Dune Crawlers are yet to fire. Right, so yeah, we'll go for a Dune Crawler now. It's this one here. It is in range of Mortarion. The other 2 are not. So they're separate units here. So we'll declare this one, and we'll fire all of its weapons, the Icarus array, into Mortarion. So we'll start with the Daedalus missile launcher. 3s to hit against Mortarion. Yes. We'll then go for 4s to wound, strength 7, toughness 7. Nope. So we'll leave it at that. Gatling rocket launchers next. We'll reroll these. Thanks to Belisarius' call, we've got another one here coming through. Nothing. That's strength 6. And then finally the auto cannon, 4 shots. They've all hit. There'll be 4s to wound. 2 wounds come through. AP -1. So Aaron will take a 4-up save. Blocks 1, 2 damage. And disgustingly resilient. No, 2 wounds picked off. Mortarion drops down to 9. Alright, so we'll fire this one here. We're going to go for the Plague Marines on top. So it's this squad just in here, we can see them. So, Daedalus rocket launcher here. So 5 is a hit. It is -1 to hit rolls against ground targets, but that still hits. 3s to wound. Strength 7, toughness 5. Yep, comes through. 6 to save. Nope, and it'll be D6 damage. 6 has been pulverised by rocket here. Oh, valiant attempt, Aaron. 4 of those passed, but 2 made it through. So 1 have those Plague Marines brought down. Daedalus, Gatling rocket launcher next. They've all hit. It's 4s hits. 3s to wound at strength 6. 2 wounds come through. -2. 2 saves of 5+. Save 1, yeah. And then disgusting. No, alright, that's one more Plague Marine brought down. Then finally the autocannon. Those are misses, but I can choose to re-roll those. 2 make it through. 3s to wound. 2 wounds come through. -1. So 4+. No, alright, now I need to roll these in pairs because it's 2 damage a time. So the first Marine almost survives, 5 and a 1, and the last one. No, alright, so 2 more Plague Marines gone. Any left from that squad? There's 1 left, alright. So Ad Mech firepower looking quite tasty here at the moment. Their firepower's proven to be quite effective. Alright, so the last one, this one here, it is just in range of the Plague Burst Crawler over there, so we'll go for that. Ground target, so 4s. Rerollable for Belisarius Call nearby. Missed. That's the Daedalus rocket. Gatling rocket launcher. Reroll this one. Toughness 8 on. Yeah, so 5s to wound. 0. No, not as good here. And then the autocannon. Reroll these 2. And then we're looking for 5s to wound. Strength 7, toughness 8. 0. Absolutely nothing. Those Plague Burst Crawlers are tough. Okay, so that's all the Dune Crawlers have fired. They seem quite effective actually against heavy infantry here with their firepower. Okay, so all we've got left is these snipers. Alright, so snipers we're going to fire with here. Aaron's cleverly hidden away all of his characters. The only one we can see is Mortarion. Well, in range, it's range 60 with these. The rifles are out of range of the Pox Orcus. It's just going to be the sniper rifles, the Transtronic Arquebus weapons. So first squad, leading 3s. Both have hit. 5s to wound. Mortarion. 2 5s, would you believe? Okay, -2. So Aaron will take 4+ inbond saves here. No, okay, it's 2d3 damage. It's 4 wounds come through. Disgustingly resilient here. These snipers have made it through. They've caused 3 wounds, and then we'll fire the other squad. 3s to hit. Reroll this one because of Belisarius Call. He's got the 2 hits. 5s to wound, surely not. No, okay, 0. And that marks the end of the shooting phase here. The Adeptus Mechanicus. No charges, no Overwatch to take place. As far as cards are concerned, Witch Hunter's failed. A Victory for Logic has failed. We haven't destroyed Psychers, but possibly, yes, we could do that next turn. And then we've now camped out on objective number 5. If we stay on there with the unit of Vanguard, it's the only unit that's nearby or near enough to hold that objective. If they survive, then we can claim the 2 victory points just there. No first strike picked up either. 1 Plague Marine has survived unless morale is busted. We'll let Aaron make his morale test and we'll end the turn. Alright, so Aaron's just passed the morale test there, no problem, so we won't get first strike. Ad Mech looking comfortable enough here at this stage. We'll go on to the first turn for the Death Guard. We'll see how they react against this Ad Mech firepower and units moving against them aggressively as well. We'll go on to turn 1 for the Death Guard coming up next. Okay, so on turn 1 for the Death Guard here, just as the Ad Mech was starting to celebrate, Aaron's pulled out some good cards. So this game is far from over. Secure objective number 1, which is right here. Hold the line, easily doable. All of his army at the moment is inside his deployment zone, just needs to have 3 units holding the line just there. And then, I've never seen this before, priority orders received, and the next card drawn was mission critical objective on top of that. So Aaron's rolled up here. It's objective number 2, which you can see Mortarion's just plonked himself on top of over there, claiming that objective. But some tasty points potentially can be picked up this turn by the Death Guard. And really, this game will revolve around points being picked up as opposed to units being destroyed here. So the Death Guard could take a hammering here in this game, potentially, but could still win it if they pick up enough points. The same for the Ad Mech, they could be hammered as well, but if they pick up more tactical objective points, then they will win. So we'll press on. A lot of movement here, a lot of Poxwalkers to move. There's 59 of them still on the table. Yeah, just reading this carefully. I think this is fine, as it means the Warlord has to fulfill yeah, the Warlord has to fulfill this one. The critical objective is objective number 2. Mortarian's going to pick it up, which means it's going to be 3 plus 1, because it's not held by me, so you're just picking up that objective. So it's going to be 4 points you can pick up just with that combo there, plus these 2 as well. Looks like 6 points potentially, and first strike still available as well. So unbelievable, looking healthy enough for the Death Guard here. We'll let Aaron push on with the rest of his movement. Okay, yeah, movement's complete here. So Mortarian has shifted on to objective number 2. 2 Plague Burst Crawlers have manoeuvred themselves to get line of sight towards the Knight just over there. Poxwalkers have all advanced. This unit spreading out here to try and deny Deep Strikers coming in. Characters haven't moved, happy to sit inside their deployment zone for now. And then Plague Marines, the lone Plague Marine and a fresh squad has joined them just on top, and then across here the Plasma Gun team has moved round in this direction. Poxwalkers have moved up to the fence, not clever enough to realise that they can go around this side. They're just scratching and scrambling at the edge here, but that's as far as they've moved. This squad's spread out as well. Just saying, with Aaron at the moment with his Death Guard, potential of about 7 points could come in this turn. I think they're happy enough just to sit where they are, hunker down, and this is the ideal army for trying to absorb damage and survival here against incoming firepower, because if Aaron picks up more points, he'll win the game here, even if he doesn't conquer the table and drive the Ad Mech back. So happy to sit for this turn at least, and the potential of a nice lot of points flowing in. We'll go on to Psychic Phase now for the Death Guard here on turn 1. So we're on Psychic Phase at the moment. Just to mention the league here, if you're following the league along, this is Season 7. Death Guard are currently top of the league, so this is a very, very important game for them. The first game we played over on the Plus channel, very important, and you can see that result on there. And then this one here, a very important game for the Death Guard as well, with their campaign and their bid to try and be crowned champions this season. But we'll let Aaron press on with his Psychic Phase. And I just mentioned at this stage, Aaron runs Rubicon Painting Service. You can check them out. I'll put a link in the video description below. But his Death Guard army that you see here has been painted up by him, so you can see the standard that you can expect. And he's international, you ship to? Yeah, all over the world. So get in contact with him if you want your own units, models and armies painted up. So far, with a command reroll, Miasma of Pestilence has gone off. That's your -1 to the hit rolls. Yep, and one that's just failed here. Putrescent Vitality. Okay, so it's fouled here, so, and the command reroll used up, so no +1 to the strength or toughness here. And Mortarians is still toughness 7 at this stage. Alright, Curse of the Leper going in against the Vanguard here.
That does go off.
Yes.
So I'll roll 7 dice. Toughness?
3.
Okay, so 4s, 5s, and 6s mortal wounds.
Oh. Just going to try and turn these into lepers here. See how successful the dice roll is.
Okay, that's 4.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do to stop it. All right, 4 of them brought down here. Just saying. They've got enough body parts missing without being turned into lepers here. A lot of them have no legs and stuff as well, so 4 of them have to go. So the idea is I'll lose all of them except the 2 Plasma Calibers and try and hope that morale holds for them to keep those 2 decent weapons alive. It's fouled. Okay, that's Plague Wind. Hasn't gone off. Okay, so anything else? Psychic Phase is finished. All right, so some nasty casualties down here, and Miasma of Pestilence has gone off. All right, so we'll go on to Shooting Phase next. See how effective the Death Guard are with their firepower. Yep, so it's the Lantern here. It's going after the Ruststalkers, and obviously it's going to cross the Vanguard there as well. The straight line drawn, so...
Hit. That is a hit on a 3.
Yes.
So then wind roll on the Vanguard, first of all. So it's strength 8.
2s.
2.
Mm-hmm.
It is -3. 3
okay. So we count as cover, so 6 up. Hero, all right, and
then the Ruststalkers. It is a wound. Yeah.
6 up, invuln save. Oh, praise the Omnissiah! Another 6. Okay, well done. They've survived that. What defiance here against the Primarch here at the Death Guard and the Ad Mech. Even the humble units here with outstanding his attempts at killing them. At least, well, I suppose lepers, but firepower's been stopped here. Yeah, just to clarify, I'm playing 3+ save because of cover, because of Shroud Psalm here. All these units are getting it at the moment, apart from the Knight. Okay, so plenty of firepower. The 2 Plague Burst Crawlers available to shoot. Some of the Plague Marines can fire as well. Okay, so Plague Burst Crawler, the one you can see just there, is going to fire next. Blasphemous Machines has been played, so Aaron, ignore the minus to the hit rolls for movement. Heavy Slugger is going to go into this squad just here of Rangers. The Mortar's going to try and flush out the Vanguard, and then 2 entry cannons into the Knight. And we will immediately play Rotate Iron Shields. All right, so here it comes.
Heavy Slugger first. This is 4, so 1 hit. Does a wound? Yep, a wound. Yep.
Okay.
-1.
4 up. Yep, forbidden cover. Yes, 5 passed. Again, we resist the firepower coming through. The Mortar next.
Or D6.
1 shot.
I haven't used a command point yet.
Shooting phase? No.
Okay, command point that.
Okay, here it comes.
3.
3. A bit better. About average. 4's to hit.
Just 1.
2's to wound.
Yep.
Yeah, a -2. Let's take a 5 up save. No, and he's gone. Alright, so we'll take off this guy just here. So 1 casualty so far.
And 2 entry cannons.
Yes, here we go. Against the Knight. 4's to hit the Knight. 1 hit comes through.
These
Oh, he's strength 9, isn't he? Strength 10.
Strength 8.
Okay, 4's to wound. No. Alright, the Knight survives here. No damage yet. So it's going to repeat the same process with the 2nd Plague Burst Crawler. So Slugger across here.
This is going to be 5s.
Yes, because without the Blasphemous Machines. Okay.
1 hit.
3's to wound.
This is a wound -1.
4 up. No, alright, so picked off one of the Rangers just here. So he's gone. Just mark that up for morale. Shouldn't be a problem at this stage. And then the Mortar. That's the one we're looking for. 6. Now there's potential to wipe out here against this squad. But it's going to need 5s to hit those. The problem. Get 2. 2's to wound.
2 wounds. -2.
5 ups to try and block. No, 2 more. The Vanguard squad's half destroyed. Entropy cannon. See if you can put some damage here on the Knight.
1 hit.
1 hit, needing 5. Well done. And then the wound does come through. Half a chance to block. No. Have I used a command reroll this turn? I don't think so. No, I'm going to leave it actually, because I might be able to repair any damage that comes through possibly. Let it go. We'll see if we regret this here. It's a 3. All right, damage 3. Knocked down to 21 wounds left on the Knight. Right, so the squad up here is going to fire the Plague Marines on top of the building.
3 bolters into the Vanguard.
Yep.
2 hits. 1 wound.
1 wound comes through. No minus for these. 3 up. Okay, survived that one. Blight launchers into the Knight. They're D3 damage, so might be able to pick up some wounds here.
This is 3 hits. 5s. 1 wound.
What comes through?
-2.
It's -2. Okay, so we will take a 4 up invuln save, which we pass thanks to Rotate Iron Shields.
There's 1 more Blight launcher up there, which I'll put into the Knight.
Him, yep, okay.
1 hit.
Yeah, another wound comes through. And yes, it is a dead Terminator here. That is the model you get with the Toxicrene model, the Tyranid model. It's usually stamping on top of one of those, but I put a rock underneath its foot instead and then painted up this Terminator's decoration on the board. Sorry, where was I? I was rolling an invuln save on the Knight, okay. The 6, okay, well done. Praise the Omnus, I passed that one as well. Alright, so
I think that's it.
firepower's done. Any charges? I don't think so. To attempt, none, and turn 1 comes to an end. But now the fun part for Aaron, he can trade in victory points here. Yep, so well done, Aaron, here. He's going to trade in 7 points being picked up. The 4 points here. Hold the line as well. Objective one across there. Yep, and first strike, yes, because I failed morale here, command rerolled, and then rolled a 6 was even worse. That squad of Vanguard's been wiped out. Thankfully, passed morale here, rolled a 3, so this squad's fine, and I will pick up 2 points to defend objective number 5. But 7-2 here, the Death Guard surge ahead with a very impressive number of points. Ad Mech, despite their success here in this game, have got to play catch-up now here against the Death Guard. They can dominate the table, we can almost wipe out. We could actually wipe out the Death Guard here in this game and still lose because the rules for sudden death are not in play for this Chapter Approved 2018 scenario. We'll press on. Ad Mech have got a lot of work to do here to try and clear the area of this chaos threat. We'll go on to turn 2 now for the Adeptus Mechanicus as they seek to bring the fight to the forces of chaos. So on to turn 2 here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. We have the potential points coming in as well. We actually fulfilled defend objective number 5, so 2 points picked up for that. Just marked it with some dice. And then a victory for logic. Aaron failed 2 psychic tests during his turn, so that counts towards that card. So 1 victory point picked up for that. That's enabled us to draw 2 more cards. So Witch Hunter's still in play. Destroy a Psyker, so we'll try and go after Militarum to pick up those points. Mission critical objective. We rolled a 3, which is here, so we'll pick up a point for that. And then secure objective number 5. I don't know what the Ad Mech's obsession is with this crater, but it's this objective here again. So another point can be picked up for holding that objective. So that'll help the Ad Mech try and catch up here against the Death Guard. We'll go on to movement now. So we'll manoeuvre these units around the board. All right, so turn 2 here. Ad Mech have made their moves. We're on sort of standby mode here, waiting to see whether the Lord of Contagion will turn up, and then also waiting to see what new cards arrive here, because I reckon we can fulfill our cards that we have and then wait for the fresh 3 cards to be drawn next turn. So I've advanced these and strung them along, just trying to form a screen aware of the deep strike that could turn up. Belisarius' Call is here, just granting the rerolls to virtually all of these units here. Snipers, the galvanic rifles have moved, just to keep in range of Belisarius' Call, and also to get in range to lend some firepower support in this direction. This squad's moved ahead. The Vanguard have moved 2 inches up, across and down to get the other side of the containers. I've put the lone engines here out on that flank just to deny the Lord of Contagion from getting too close, potentially trying to charge against these Dune Crawlers. They've shifted along and secured objective number 5. And then the Knight has lurched ahead here. Another 12 inches has moved. He's left the Warlord behind. I'm not going to repair him this turn. And I've put him forward in this direction to use his firepower and then potentially squish and stomp all over the Poxwalkers. The Ruststalkers have also strung along here to provide a screen to protect my units. The Warlord's moved 6 inches again. Going to fire his Eradication Ray in this direction. And then it's like a race here between these 2 prancing chickens. This one's gone 4 and 6 with this one. So pushing around on this flank here, hoping that Militarum's brought down this turn. No psychic phase here. Canticles is 6 and 4, which is reroll 1s for shooting. and then also Shroud's Arms. The whole army's in cover once again, apart from the Knight. We'll go on to shooting phase next, the Adeptus Mechanicus. Okay, so with the Dune Crawlers there, I'm going to fire at Militarum. I'm going to fire this one first. It is +1 to hit units that can fly, and then -1 because Aaron has Miasma of Pestilence. So it'd be 3s to hit, rerolling any or all of the dice, thanks to Belisarius' call. So we'll go for the Daedalus rocket launcher first. It does hit. 4s to wound because Aaron's still at toughness 7. No. We'll then go for the Gatling rocket launcher. Just a grinding process here. Reroll this one. They've all hit. 5s to wound, strength 6. 3 have made it through, -2. So Aaron take 4 up in one saves. Just 2. It's only 2 damage. Or 1 damage each. No, alright, 2 wounds picked off. Down to 4 left with Militarum. Here, it'll be a blow if he's removed. But he is attracting a lot of firepower. Quadruple 1. Malfunction here with the autocannon. Belisarius' call helps to get 2 hits. 4s to wound. 1 wound comes through. 4 up save. It's AP -1. Blocked that one. Alright, so we'll immediately go to the second Onaga Dune Crawler here. So Daedalus rocket launcher. Misses. Hits. 4s for a wound. No. Gatling rocket launcher. All hit. Just the 1 wound. Yeah, Aaron's blocking them here, and the autocannon. It's absorbing the firepower. Reroll this one. Missed. 4s. Just the 1 comes through. Not going to do it. Blocked as well. Still on 4 wounds left. Alright. Snipers. We'll leave 1 Dune Crawler left, or we'll turn to our snipers for help. I'm just going to check the range of the Galvanic Riflemen here. Some of them might be able to shoot at the Poxwalkers. Yeah, so 3 Galvanic Rifles first against the Poxwalkers. Reroll this one. Nope, just the 2. 1 wound comes through, and we're toughness 4, yeah, at this stage?
No, 3.
Okay, yeah, no, 1 wound comes through, and disgustingly resilient roll. Passed again, okay. And then that leaves just the snipers to fire now. Trying to hit Militarum on 4s. Belisarius' call guides 1 home, which wounds, and is a mortal wound. So 5+ to ignore the mortal wound.
Nope.
Well done. And then 4+ to block this D3 damage.
Nope.
No. Do you want to command reroll here? God. D3. There are D6 damage weapons still on the board. The Knight hasn't fired yet, so it's a tough choice to make.
No, we'll leave that.
Damage is... Yeah, 2 more. Okay, so 2 disgustingly resilient rolls. Now, Miltarum's down to 1 wound left. Snipers have been a real bane here in this game. They've enjoyed firing at the Primarch from range. Okay, so the next squad, 3 shots into the Poxwalkers. Reroll this one. 2 wounds come through. 5 pluses. Block 1. Alright, so 1 Poxwalker brought down. It's proving harder to kill Poxwalkers at this stage. Okay, 2 sniper shots. This is the crucial shots. Here we go. 2 hits. Any 6s here, there's big trouble. There's the 6. Mortal wound to try and block us. Miltarum's gone. No, he's gone. Snipers have picked him off. It's range 60 here. There's a good field of fire they had set up with a view all across the board. And Miltarum succumbs here to sniper firepower here from a humble ranger squad. Alright, so we haven't rolled up for explosion hit. It's not going to affect Aaron's own units, and the Dragoons here are too far away. Miltarum's gone. Still loads of Death Guard to try and chew through here, but that will encourage the Ad Mech for sure to see that Primarch removed. But good work from the snipers, good shooting from them, a steady aim from their transonic arquebus weapons has brought the Primarch down. We'll go on to another unit here. We've still got 1 Dune Crawler left, some infantry firepower to go, and the Knight still yet to shoot. Right, so we've pressed on with some firepower here. Poxwalkers, casualties coming through on them. That was firepower from these infantry squads here. Plasma calivers firing through. The arc rifles, galvanic rifles firing through, bringing a number of those down. Then we fired the last Dune Crawler here up against the squad on top and destroyed 2 Plague Marines, and then finally the Eradication Ray here, no damage, firing at the last Plague Marine from the damage squad that was damaged on turn 1 previously. So stage we're at here now is with the Knight. The Stubber's fired through and caused to win, but Aaron's saved on the Plague Marines. We're now going to fire the Storm Spear rocket pod and the Thermal Cannon. I've declared it into the Plague Burst Crawler. Now that Mortarian's gone, D6 shots with the Thermal Cannon. 4, which we'll be happy enough to keep. 3s for hits. 2 hits come through. 3s to wound at strength 9. Yeah, we'll go for it. Come on, reroll. Yeah. Okay, so I'm down to 9. Still got plenty left.
5 up in 1.
5 up in 1, yeah. Dice passed. Whole facing, it's a 6. That's fine. Well done again. And then the Storm Spear rocket pod. 3s to hit. Shots. It's hit every turn here, I think. And strength 8. Toughness 8.
4s, so no.
Nothing. All right, and that marks the end of firepower here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Not as effective as we'd hoped, but we won't complain because Mortarion has been brought down. We'll go now on to assaults. The Knights will charge for sure, and I think that's the only unit that's available to charge. These advanced here. Just to mention as well, during turn 2, we didn't bring on the Infiltrators. We're going to hold those off until next turn. Just going to wait and see what objectives come up next turn. We're going to charges now. The Knights will plunge through the fence into the Poxwalkers. Okay, so the Knights charged in here, just about rolled low for our charge. Believe that we are slowed for the crater, but we've still made it in, just about. So we're going to go for 12 attacks here. Needing 3s. Just stomping with our feet. It's okay, but it's not that good. 2s to wound. Okay, 6 Poxwalkers should be brought down. We'll roll these one at a time because Aaron does have disgustingly resilience. The first one could survive here, just the one.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, next one. 2. 5+ is required. Double 6. Unbelievable. Okay, so he's survived that one. The next one. 2 more.
Nope.
Nope, squished. Next one. 3.
Nope.
Okay, the next one, 3 again.
Nope.
No, and the last one, 2 this time.
Nope.
No, all right, pretty good job. One's miraculously escaped, but 5 have been stomped here. Aaron can fight back here, pile in, and fight back. 16 attacks here with 8 of them, so hit number 5s. It's not bad at all. And it'll be 6s to wound.
1 wound.
There's one. Okay. Poxwalker Pride here. Passed. 3. Okay. That's combat's finished. Aaron can consolidate if he wants to move those around a bit more, or just hold them where they are. And that'll mark the end of turn 2 here. We'll trade in some cards now for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Yeah, so we've fulfilled all of them here. Witch Hunter, Mortarian's a Psyche who's been brought down. We've held objective 3, mission critical objective, and we've secured objective 5. So all 3 of those can be traded in for 1 point each. So good result there for the Ad Mech as the turn finishes for them. All right, so turn 2's finished. We'll go now on to turn 2 for the Death Guard. Mortarian's gone, but the game's still definitely on here, and the Ad Mech would be unwise to presume that they've won the game here at this stage. If there's any army on the channel at the moment that's resilient and can last out a game, it is the Death Guard here, so they will press on. Aaron still has plenty of resources left, and he'll draw some fresh cards this turn. It all depends on the cards that are drawn here. We'll go on to turn 2 now for the Forces of Chaos. Okay, so turn 2 here for the Death Guard. We're just round the other side of the board here, just capturing the view from their perspective. Big Game Hunter, so destroy something big. The Knight or a Dune Crawler will do. Secure objective number 2, which Aaron's now manoeuvred on top of there with a unit of Plague Marines. That's been secured. And then Psychological Warfare, trying to make one of the Ad Mech units. Is it be wiped out or... Let's fail a morale test. Yeah, okay. So it's doable. It's not too bad. Yeah, so there's a possibility of that going ahead. So movement here. Poxwalkers still lingering around objective number 1. This one's not moved at all.
No.
That one's not moved. Okay. Characters have advanced here. Starting to push through in this direction. The knight does need to be careful. Typhus is nearby. He advanced, though, this turn. Okay. Plague Marines holding position up here just to take advantage of the extra shots they can take with their bolters. Poxstalkers have remained in close combat here against the knight. And this unit's still spread out. The infiltrators are still yet to arrive for the Ad Mech. So then round here, Plague Burst Crawler has... It did move, okay, and then the Plague Marines moving on to objective number 2. There's Aaron's still lining up here to pick up multiple points here in this game and to press ahead. There's also another unit has arrived, actually. It is the Lord of Contagion. He's turned up here, just over 9 inches away, well away from the Dragoons here, and just over 9 inches away, dangerously close to the Ad Mech Warlord here, so they need to be careful of this nasty character that's arrived on this flank. That's movement done. We'll go on to Psychic Phase. Next, Aaron still has psychic powers that he can manifest. Alright, Psychic Phase is complete here. Smite's been pretty effective against the Knight. Number of Psychers, the closest model being the Knight here. It's now down to 18 wounds remaining. Then Plague...
Typhus cast
Curse of the Leper, that's right. 1 mortal wound, just 1 here against the Ruststalkers. And then Miasma of Pestilence went off.
On the larger unit.
Large unit of Plague Marines just behind the generators, just there. Alright, Psychic Phase complete. Not too bad here for the Death Guard, pretty good. We'll go now on to Shooting Phase for them next. Yeah, 2's to 1. You're just firing this squad here. Everything they have is going into the Ruststalkers. And I've just been hit by... That's wounds, yeah, 3 wounds come through. So I'll take 5 up saves, because it's 3 up arm because of cover. It's 3 to make, yeah. None, and it's D3, so you're going to kill the one with the wound, that's from the Psychic Phase. D3 on the next model. Got him, and then D3 on the next one. Just the one, okay, so I'll put a wound back. We'll go this model, and we'll remove this one from play. But good result there. Ruststalkers, 2 of them picked off and 1 wounded. Bolters coming through now. 3's to wound. 1. Take a 3 up save. No. Okay, that model's gone. And 3 casualties in total now.
Have another light launcher up there from the single guy.
Yes. Same squad. Okay, here it comes. 2 misses on 2 2s. Yeah, other Plague Marine, or this Plague Marine unit here advanced. It's not going to shoot, so really it's just the Plague Burst Crawlers left. Plenty of firepower available from them. Entropy cannons, dangerous enough. The mortars and the heavy sluggers. Alright, okay, so this Plague Burst Crawler here. Entropy cannons into the Knight. Heavy sluggers going after the Vanguard here. And the mortars are going to fire across against the snipers.
Okay, so heavy slugger. 2 hits.
Yeah, 4's for hits, yeah. 2 1s. Plague weapon?
No, it's not.
No, okay.
Okay, D6 for mortar. 3.
Okay, 4's to hit.
3 hits.
2's to wound. And it's a plague weapon, this one. Yeah, still a 1. Okay, 2 have come through. AP minus 2. So 5 pluses. Ah, very good. Okay, entropy cannons. Need the hits here. 1 hit. So it is 4's to hit with this thing. And 3's to wound. Got him. Okay. So it's wounded. I'm going to take a 5+ invuln save hit. No. Should have played rotate iron shields there. What do we do here? Hang on. Come on, reroll. No, we'll let it through here. This could hurt.
D6.
Dice 1. Oh no.
Command point?
I used one in the Psychic Phase to avoid a perils.
I don't think I've used one in the shooting phase yet.
No. Okay, here it comes.
Command point.
It's well worth. Oh no, it's done it. It's rolled a 6. And all of a sudden we dropped to 12 wounds and the Knight's half destroyed. What a result there. I just need to... Sorry, I need to do this. Okay. If I'd re-rolled. I would have got a 6. Oh no. No. Okay, so... this is not good. The next... I'm going to have to go rotate iron shields now. I'll play it now. Just to increase my... Well, if you declare you're going to go after him with the next...
Well, I will be with...
You will be, alright, no. Yeah. Rotate iron shields is now in play. Okay, Knight's in trouble. Right, Slugger's going into the Rush Stalkers here and sensing the possibility of causing even more damage. Entropy cannons and the mortars going into the Knight here.
Blasphemous machines for 1 command point.
And blasphemous machines being used as well to keep the force to hit.
Okay, so
Slugger.
2 hits.
Yeah, 1 wound comes through. 4 up save. Passed on a 5, okay.
Okay, mortar d6.
Oh, it's a 1. And command reroll used, so it does hit though. Falls for a wound.
Nope.
Okay, entropy cannons, here we go, this is it. 2 very important dice rolls here in this game. 1's made it through, 3's to wound, just about, and then a 4+ invuln save. Failed. Command reroll. Still failed. D6. You can't roll another 6. No, it's a 4. It's a brilliant result actually. Down to 8 wounds left on the Knight. So we're still in the middle damage bracket here for the Knights, but down to 8 wounds. But scary now. This thing's in trouble. That's it, isn't it? Shooting.
That's it.
Shooting phase finished. Any fresh charge? Yes, there will be across here and anywhere else. No. All right. So we're all up for this charge here, and then we'll resolve these combats. All right. Okay. Charge is taking place. Aaron has to go and roll a 5 and a 6 here for a charge. Oh dear, the wheels are coming off my Ad Mech plan here, or the cogs maybe coming off. He's charged around here. He's managed to push through 11 inches, and then with a piling move, he did declare against both of these. No damage on Overwatch from the Tech Priest Dominus, but the Lord of Contagion. What an epic charge here! 11-inch charge, making it in against the Rush Stalkers and the Warlord as well. So he's in, and then the Poxstalkers happy to fight on. So I take it you're going to put all of your attacks into the Tech Priest Dominus. Okay, he's got 5 wounds here. So here we go.
So 4 attacks hit on 2s.
They've all hit. I was going to say death to the false emperor. You do get that, but no 6 has been rolled here.
Okay, so it is strength 7.
I think I'm toughness. Yeah, toughness 4. 3's to wound. And rerolling 1s for
yes, it is a
plague weapon.
Help for 2.
Just the 2. What's the damage?
-3 d3 damage.
I could survive. I'll take a 2 up, 3 up, 4 up, 5. I'll take a 5 up save or a 5 up invuln save. Either way, we fail both. I got a command reroll this one. We still fail. 2d3. Oh, 2 wounds. 2 wounds come through. Aaron's command points are all used up. No, you've still got 1 left. Okay, but we'll survive here. 2 wounds taken. Tech Priest Dominus was almost slain by the Lord of Contagion. Okay. Poxwalkers to fight next. Aaron chooses a unit to fight with next.
Oh, they don't get death.
Okay.
Right, that's it. And 6s up. 2 wounds.
2 wounds come through. Oh dear. Poxwalker Pride here. Yeah, we've failed. Oh dear. They're putting tentacles into the electrics here and causing trouble. 2 more wounds taken. Down to 6. And you just dropped me into another bracket with those cursed Poxwalkers. Okay, we'll try and fight back here. How humiliating. Okay, so fight back the Tech Priest Dominus here. 3 attacks. They've all hit here, needing 3s. Strength 5 with the Omniscient Axe. Forced to wound. 2 wounds have come through here. It's 2 damage. Just going to check the AP minus here.
So
-2.
-2, so it's going to be a 4 up.
4 up invuln save to block. Oh, it's gone under the base. Could be anything.
Oh, that's good.
Aaron's going to have to tip the base here. Oh, he's got it. There's a 5. Oh, well played. Okay.
And then...
Oh, no, not separating play.
Yeah. I'll not kill him, but on 4 pluses, he gets...
Oh.
1.
1 mortal wound taken. I thought I was clear here. The Rush Stalkers are going to fight, and fighting they could end up slaying the Tech Priest Dominus. Oh dear.
inflicted the wound, so
I am safe.
It'll go on to that.
Has to go onto that, right? Okay, no, it's all right. I think it will be safe here. If these cause any more wounds, go back onto them. Aaron can't deflect it over onto the Tech Priest Dominus. He has survived here, but he's taken some nasty damage. All right, so a piling move then with the Ruststalkers. Okay, so a piling move here with the Ruststalkers. I'll get 3 of them in. We'll go for Cord Claws first of all. I have the Omniscient Mask, so I'm going to reroll these 2 failed hit rolls, which has helped here. 5 to wound. Yeah, 1 wound comes through. Aaron will take his normal save here. It's not going to be any mortal wounds.
Pass.
He's passed, no problem.
Just roll the mortal wound there. Yep, so 1 mortal wound.
He's a nasty character, this Lord of Contagion. We'll stick a wound on one of the end models just here, and then we'll fight with the Transonic Blades. 3s. Reroll this one. They've all hit. 6s are good. We get absolutely nothing with those. Okay, needing 5s to wound. So that's that combat done. Just the knight to fight back with next. So number of attacks of the knight are not affected, but will be on 5s to hit. 1. Death to the Poxwalkers. Failed to wound. Okay, right. And that's him finished. Okay, I did make a consolidation move here with these as well, pushing them in an extra 3 inches. Okay, so that's all the combat's resolved here. A bit disastrous for the Adeptus Mechanicus, but our Warlord's still alive, so we'll not complain. I'll let Aaron trade in his cards and resolve some morale. Okay, just rolled a 1 here for morale, so that's no problem. Aaron, so we've passed, no problem. Aaron doesn't get psychological warfare this turn. You can dump a card if you wish, or you can keep both of those in play. And
I'm going to dump psychological warfare.
That's going to go. Okay, and then secure objective number 2 has been picked up, so Aaron picks up 1 point this turn to add to his tally. It's roughly evens here at this stage. I think the Death Guard is slightly ahead, though, with points, but it's rather close. All morale's resolved here for the Adeptus Mechanicus, so we'll go on to their 3rd turn next. They need to rally here and try and reorganise. This knight needs to be assisted, and so too does the Tech Priest Dominus. We'll go on to turn 3 now for the Ad Mech. They can't loosen their grip on this game if they want to see themselves through to victory. Turn 3 for the Ad Mech next. Right, so movement's complete here. Cards then, secure objective number 2. So that's this objective over here. It's been a heavily contended objective in this game. Assassinating to kill a character or multiple characters. And then Big Game Hunter, kill something big. So that'll be one of the Plague Burst Crawlers. So movement complete here. I have brought in the Infiltrators. They've turned up just here. They're just over 9 inches away from the Poxwalkers, potential charge. And then the ability to shoot 12 inches with the Flechette Blasters, hoping to fire into the Plague Marines on objective number 2. The 2 Dragoons now have swung to their left and headed through the rocky outcrops here, headed towards the vehicle and the Plague Marines. Across here, happy to remain in combat with the Ruststalkers, and then pulled out of combat and restored a wound to himself with the Tech Priest Dominus, and then he played Tech Adept, and with his Warlord trait was able to restore a total of 4 wounds on the knight. It's back up to 10 here for that, pushing it out of the secondary bracket, so just leave 1 puff of smoke on him just to represent that. Pushing ahead with the infantry just to lay down firepower at the Poxwalkers at the fence. Belisarius Call and these other units have pushed ahead slightly. The snipers have remained where they are, and this squad of infantry has gone down the hill and headed off, strung along in this direction. So we'll go straight onto shooting phase now for the Ad Mech here on turn 3. Okay, so I'm going to fire the knight first of all. I'm going to put everything we have into the Plague Burst Crawler, and the Heavy Stubber going to try and pick off that last Plague Marine on his own on top of the building there. So Stubber, 2 hits, need 4s, 5s to wound, double 5, 3s. 1's got through, 5+ to ignore. Yep. No, picked him off. Okay, Thermal Cannon, D6 shots. Yeah, it's cocked dice, roll reroll. 1. Oh, I'd like to try and get some hits with that. Come on, reroll. Yep. 5. No complaints at all. So 4s. Yeah, no, that's helped. We've got 3 hits now. Strength 9. 3s to wound. 2 wounds make it through. 5+ invuln saves to try and block. None. 2d6. If we're in range, Aaron just check for us here. Range 15.
Just to this guy?
Yeah. Or even range 18, sorry, apologies. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's in. Okay. So we'll be 2d6 choosing the best. Take the 4. Take the 2. Alright, so it's not made too much difference, but Aaron will roll up the total here of disgustingly resilient.
Take 5 wounds.
5 wounds, make it through, not too bad. Down to 7 wounds left. Fire the rocket pod next. 1 hit. Force for a wound. It does. -3.
Nope.
Okay. He's rolled a 2, so it's either -2 or -3, but it's made it through. On a 2, d6 damage. It's a 5.
Save 3, take 2 more wounds, down to 5.
5 wounds left, probably a bracket now for that, and damage is pretty good there. No complaints about the knight in this game. It's been kicking out the damage here, and has taken some heavy punishment, still alive here. So we'll press on with some more firepower here, but looking pretty good here actually for the Ad Mech so far. Alright, we'll spring our trap here. So we've played Wrath of Mars and Protect the Doctrine Imperative with these. We're going to offload all 50 shots into this squad that's on objective number 2. 25 shots here just to start off with, needing 2s. There's no reroll ones available here because the right canticle's not in play, but all of those have hit. It's going to be 5s and 6s. Ouch. Yeah, there's trouble here. I just want to check what this says. It's in addition to the normal damage. So Aaron's got to make 5. That's 5 mortal wounds. So 5 pluses for disgustingly resilient. Well done. It's past 3. Yes, 2 brought down, and then you've then got 8 normal saves to make, and then disgustingly resilient on top of that.
Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7. 4 more dice.
8, yeah.
Okay. So a drop
3, and then disgustingly resilient after that.
No, so 1 left.
1 left, and that's I've still got 25 more shots to do it. Nasty stuff here. It's the ace in the pocket here for the Ad Mech, and it's proven effective once again. Alright, 25 shots to try and take out the last Plague Marine here. We'll take away the 1s. And then we're looking for 5s and 6s. There's 1 mortal wound, that might be enough. And then there's another 4. So 5 mortal wounds. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Darren's passed all 5. Oh dear. Okay. It's in addition though. I'm sorry, Aaron. You got to make
the 5 again.
Yeah.
5 regular saves first of all.
Yep. 5 3 plus.
Okay, so he's failed
1.
So.
Oh no. 5 plus. Come on, everyone's rooting for you. Even I'm rooting for you here. It's a 2. Valiant attempts, but just about with the final dice roll, wipe that squad out. Okay, but finally, that squad's been wiped out there. That's the mission for them, and a Plague Marine squad is a tough unit for sure, but they've been brought down here. So we'll press on. Plenty of firepower left here. Dune Crawlers yet to shoot. Okay, I've actually resolved the rest of the firepower here. Snipers actually went against the Plague Burst Crawler with the sniper rifles and caused no wounds at all, just couldn't get those 5s. And then the rifles from that squad, the galvanic rifles, from this squad as well, they have wiped out the Poxwalkers. The Plasma Calibers fired through here, lots of wounds, but Aaron passed 2 saves and 1 disgustingly resilient. Didn't supercharge because we weren't quite within range of the rerolls to Belisarius Call. And this squad here fired through as well, helping to bring down the Poxwalkers. And that is it. Couldn't fire Eradication Ray here because he pulled out a close combat. So shooting phase complete. It's in the Plague Marine unit here, wiped out, and the Poxwalker's gone as well. We're going to charges and Overwatch. Charges on this side of the table now. The Infiltrator's preparing to charge into the Poxwalkers. That'd be quite an electric show if they are able to make it in with their taser goads. And then across, they're going to try and get into this tank here as well to silence it from shooting, and then the ongoing combat here against the Lord of Contagion. Right, so charges have taken place. Both these have made it in and taken no damage on Overwatch. They failed to make it in with the Infiltrators. We'd like them to have charged into the Poxwalkers, but maybe next time. So I'm going to attack with this one here first of all, and I'm going to play Conqueror Doctrine Imperative. It's only going to be on the one unit, so it's just going to be on this model. 3 attacks. 4s will be great because it's got a broad spectrum data tether. It'll be 4s here to generate the extra hits. Okay, so it's 2s to hit. So that one's a hit, and that one becomes 3 hits instead of 1. So 4 have got through. 4s to wound. Just the 1. AP -1. And I'll take a 4-up save.
Passed.
You passed, okay. We'll attack with the other one. 3+. They've all hit. 4s to wound. Just the 1. 4-up save.
Nope.
No, it's going to be 2 damage, so disgustingly resilient rolls to make.
Nope.
No, okay, 2 wounds taken. There could have been a lot more damage to come through, but these Plague Burst Crawlers are resilient for sure. So down to 10 wounds left. Okay. So that's the charges resolved. Didn't charge here with the Knight. The Poxwalker's gone. No other targets. So we'll pick a unit. We'll pile in here and attack with these Ruststalkers. Okay, so piling move made. The squad leader's not going to get to fight and this one, but I've got 5 now that can. Called Claw attacks first of all, needing 3s. I'll reroll these 2 because of the Omniscient Mask on the Tech Priest Dominus. 6s will be exceptionally useful here. None. Okay, so Aaron can make 2-up saves here. 3 of them. Got to get the mortal wounds, just have to get them. He's passed all of those.
Do I need to do my 4-ups on those?
Oh no, it's a separating plate.
Just the 1?
Just the 1, it's enough to pick him off. Okay, so mark him up with a casualty. And then we'll go for Transonic Razor attacks now, that'd be 10 attacks. We're not going to bring the Lord of Contagion down here. 3s to hit. Reroll all of these with the Omniscient Mask. 9 hits. Sure, I haven't rolled a 6 with these yet. I don't think it's horrific. Yeah, the odds are you should do. Okay, so just 3 saves, a 2+. You just have to get the mortal wounds, but we're not doing it here at the moment. Aaron's passed all of them. No damage done, and he's going to separating plate. He's got 3. So we'll lose another one of these and take a wound. We're killing ourselves here and causing no damage at the moment. So 2 casualties taken. Aaron will swing back now with his axe.
Okay, so 4 attacks, hit on 2s. I'll reroll that. Okay, so strength 7. So all wounded.
Yeah, 2s to wound. -3. Okay, so we'll take a 6-up invuln save for bionics. Pass 1, there's a 6.
Okay,
and the damage is
D3. So
right. Okay, so the first one's an auto kill, and then just 1 roll to see what happens to the other guy. Got him. All right, so it's him picked off. Ruststalkers, I have to say, are struggling here. They're pretty awful. So far, they've done nothing. Okay, so Aaron's resolved combat across here. No damage coming through against the Dragoons. Turn's finished. We've handed in 1 card. Secure objective number 2. That's across here. We've got 2 models in range of objective number 2 just there. We haven't picked up Assassinate. Aaron's characters are hidden behind this line of sight block in terrain. And Big Game Hunter, we didn't destroy either of the 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. We'll leave both those cards. We're not going to discard them. And we'll move now on to turn 3 now for the Death Guard coming up next. Okay, moving complete here for the Death Guard on turn 3. Just cover the cards here. So Assassinate has come up for Aaron as well. So pick off characters. Secure objective number 5. That's underneath for Dune Crawl at the moment. And then Overwhelming Firepower, destroying units in the shooting phase. That's quite possible. Poxwalkers headed off now in this direction, but still holding on to objective number 1. Then this Plague Burst Crawler hasn't moved on 4 wounds currently. Characters now pushing through. So Typhus, Lord of the Noxious Blightbringer, and the Malignant Plaguecaster as well. The Lone Plague Ring, that's the last one left on the board. He's just up there with the Blight Launcher. This Plague Burst Crawler has pulled out of combat against the Dragoons, and the Poxwalkers backing off here. They don't want to be cattle prodded by the infiltrators across the other side of the board. So that's movement done. And then the ongoing combat across the other side with the Lord of Contagion against the Ruststalkers. I did burn 2 command points to keep them for morale. I didn't want them to melt away and to let the Lord of Contagion move freely. So I've burnt through 2 command points to keep the last 3 of those in play against him. And so the Ad Mech have 2 command points left. Aaron has 1. We'll go on to Psychic Phase now for the Death Guard on turn 3. That's fine. Yeah, no correction. So it's Big Game Hunter is in play. Yeah, okay. Not overwhelming firepower. Yeah, okay. Now it's continued on from last turn. That's fine. Okay, so we'll press on now. Psychic Phase up next for the Death Guard. Okay, Psychic Phase complete. It's been pretty good. 2 smites have come through and knocked the Knight from 10 down to 6 wounds. So it's in the double bracket now. And then 4 casualties with Curse of the Leper put onto the Ranger unit. So taking the Galvanic Rifles off. The 2 arc rifles and the squad leader remain alive, and then Putrescent Vitality has been cast onto Typhus himself. Psychic Phase complete here. We'll go on to Shooting Phase now for the Death Guard on turn 3. Alright, so in the middle of Shooting Phase here, another wound's been picked off. That was Plasma Pistol, from the
Noxious
Blightbringer. Okay. So this game here, it's been a grind here. There's been no sort of sweeping actions taking place. Both sides are grinding away at each other here. A bit of a battle of attrition taking place between these 2 sides. And a close game for sure here. 2 high-performing armies. Ad Mech finished 3rd last season. They did perform very well. And this is the new list, the new enhanced list with extra units and bigger in size. And Aaron's Death Guard, until these 2 sides collided, he's won every game. So 2 very powerful forces colliding here. And still very difficult to call at this stage. So it's the Plague Burst Crawler. Aaron has declared everything is going to go into the Knight. He's going to try and pick off 5 wounds. I'm not going to play Rotate Iron Shields. Boy, who could see the Knight brought down here?
Okay. Heavy Slugger.
Even the Heavy Slugger is going to fire into the Knight.
So 2 hits.
You're strength 5, aren't you? Yes, it's going to be 5s to wound. Yeah, 5s to wound. One's made it 3, it's -1. 4 up. Past that one. Okay.
Entropy Cannons.
This is the crucial roll, and he's got 2 hits with a 5 and a 6.
2 wounds.
2 wounds come through. I think you're banned from using my tau dice. Okay, right. Oh dear. Okay, so I've got to take a 5+ invuln saves here. I'm using the Forge Bane dice. This is the appropriate dice. Blah. I'm going to let it go through. I'm saving that for something else. Oh dear.
2d6.
Yeah, 2d6 damage. Goodbye, Knight. 5.
Just goodbye.
We'll see if we blow up. No, we don't. The Knight's gone. That's not good here. This whole list is built around the worship of this great machine, and it's now come crashing to the ground here. Typhus raises his Reaper's Scythe here in celebration. It's not good here for the Imperium. A Knight has fallen. Well, that marks the spot where the Knight fell. It's out of action here. We'll take that off. And the Knight, just as I was approaching to make more repairs, but it's too late here. Knight's gone. So at least negates your mortar from firing. Take that as a consolation. Okay, so firepower.
That's it.
That's the end of firepower. Okay, what a way to finish it. Middle stage of the game, and the Knight is no more. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. Okay, charges then. It's the fence has saved us. We've played the rules for obstacles for infantry here with this tangle wire fence. So halving the charge distance, it stops the Poxwalkers from charging through against the Ad Mech infantry just there. Okay, that's prevented these characters from charging through as well. So really, all we have is this combat here. So see if Aaron can hack down the last of the Ruststalkers here. Could the game be swinging around? is the question here. Ad Mech have been dominating really on the board, but now the knight's gone. It's starting to look better for the Death Guard, but
A lot of them killed.
yeah, there's a lot of casualties though for the Death Guard here. Okay, so 4 attacks.
4 attacks and 2s. Oh dear.
Just the 2. Plague Web.
Yep, so 2 wins, minus 3.
6 up in buttons. Past 1,
Okay.
and it's D3, you'd say. Yeah, okay, so
That
that's
is
enough. Another one gone.
killed.
Okay, so just 2 left. I'm going to see if I can try and get some mortal wounds here. It's 2 cord claws I've piled in with the squad leader. They've hit here. Need 6s. No, and that's it from them. And now the transonic razors. 3 hits. Still in range for Omniscient Mask. I'll reroll these 2. Can we get a 6 in close combat? We can't do it. Nothing. Okay, so 0 impact from the Rustalkers. But they tie up the Lord of Contagion. At least tactically they've helped out in that way. Turn's finished here. Got a bit of morale to do. And then Aaron can trade in any cards that he's completed.
3 because killed the knight, which is 20 or more wounds.
Big Game Hunter. Knight's down. Okay.
So D3. 2.
2. Aaron will take that. That's a great result. He could add that to his tally. I think that's put the Death Guard ahead here in this game. And any others?
I'm going to get rid of Secure Objective 5.
Okay. Secure Objective 5 is going to go. That's that objective there, by the way. So, yeah, it makes sense. He's going to keep Assassinate. Turn finished. I've done morale here. We passed. Rolled a 1. And we'll go on to turn 4 now for the Ad Mech. Close battle for sure. Ad Mech need to just keep pressing on here. Try and put it to the back of their minds. It's quite hard, though, as a burning knight in the middle of the table. But try and forget all that's happened there and focus here. Victory is still possible for the Imperium. Okay, moving down for the Ad Mech here on turn 4. This is closest game. Very tight. We've been calculating points here. I think Aaron's just about ahead here, but it can swing either way. Movement then. Cards, actually, first of all. Big Game Hunter, Assassinate. Hold the line here. We need to hold the line with 3 units here. Yeah, which is easily done. Snipers. This guy here holding that, no problem. So we'll pick up a point for that at least. Characters have moved around here, so possibility of trying to bring some characters down here for the Ad Mech this turn. We've backed off from the Lord of Contagion. The 2 remaining Rustalkers are pulled off back here to the crater. This squad's screening to try and protect the Tech Priest Dominus, who's pulled back. He needs to repair himself, actually. D3 wounds. Just the 1 wound. And Belisarius Core will lend a hand and repair the other wound on him. Like so. Alright, so he's back to full strength again. Held position with these, just happy just to lend firepower support in this direction. And then around here, moving through the crater and poised to charge into the vehicle. And then with the Dragoons and then the 10 infiltrators moving up 8 inches, potential charges against the Poxwalkers and the vehicle, the Plague Burst Crawler as well. So that's movement done. We'll go on to shooting phase now for the Ad Mech, and it is reroll morale tests for the Canticle and Shroud Psalm once again, so the whole army is in cover. Okay, shooting phase resolved here. Firepower from the June Crawlers. We managed to bring down the Plague Burst Crawler. It then detonated. Aaron wants to save the command reroll, and so the detonation put some mortal wounds on the characters, took out a Poxwalker as well. So that's that vehicle destroyed. Infantry firepower coming through, took out a couple more Poxwalkers. Snipers firing through, put a mortal wound on Typhus, and then the rest of the sniper firepower and their rifles firing through put some wounds here on the Lord of Contagion. He's got 2 left, but didn't bring him down. Infantry fired through here as well. Tech Priest Dominus fired through, but a very tough character to try and destroy it. We played Wrath of Mars here and put 4 wounds in total on the Plague Burst Crawler, so 6 wounds left on that. That's firepower resolved. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch here. Infiltrators poised to charge, so too the Dragoons also. Alright, so charges are taking place. Going to try and block the Lord of Contagion. They're going to throw in this squad to try and lap round him and pin him down, just to restrict what he can do. Then across here, no damage on Overwatch. 2 Dragoons have made it in and rolled a 7 for our charge here with the infiltrators. They've plunged into the Poxwalkers. Okay, so we'll go on to combat resolution next. Alright, so combats have been resolved. Just to mention, actually, the lone Plague Marine that was on top of the building there was destroyed by the exploding Plague Burst Crawler, wasn't it? That's where he's got. Okay. So down here we took 3 wounds, but rolled 2 sixes for Bionics in Invuln save. So just 1 of the Rangers brought down. So they have held the Lord of Contagion and not been wiped out. Then across here we actually lost. When Aaron responded, we killed 7. Then Aaron responded and brought down 2 of the infiltrators, and they promptly got back up again as Poxwalkers. Aaron returned 2 of the models back to his unit, and morale's been resolved across the board. Across here, no damage here. It's still at 6 wounds remaining, and then Aaron fighting back caused no trouble for the 2 Dragoons. That is the end of the turn here for the Ad Mech. We will trade in 2 cards. Big Game Hunter, we destroyed the Plague Burst Crawler, and Hold the Line was fulfilled, so 2 points picked up. We'll keep Assassinate. There's a number of characters here on the verge of being slain, so we'll leave that one here, and we'll go on to the 4th turn now for the Death Guard coming up next. Alright, so cards then, turn 4, Assassinate, Overwhelming Firepower, and Supremacy, which is 3 objectives to be controlled, and that's worth D3. Yes, so movement then to try and fulfill these objectives. Poxwalkers are backed off, holding on to this objective. Typhus and the Malignant Plaguecaster have moved through in this direction. An advanced move made by the Noxious Blightbringer onto objective number 6. That's 2 objectives, and then across here, backing out of combat to get this troop's choice in range there of objective number 4. That is Supremacy here. So good play, backing out of combat with the Plague Burst Crawler as well, and that is movement done. So again, the Death Guard army shrunk in size, but still able to rack up the points here as the game moves into the later stages. Movement done. Psychic phase next. Okay, psychic phase complete. Pretty good. A combination of Curse of the Leper and Smite coming through.
Miasma, Pestilence, Perilled, and he gave himself Immortal Wound.
There's that as well. Okay, but these 2 squads, the Vanguard squad and the Rangers, are gone. They've been wiped out here. That screen's removed, and look, it's just characters now, and the Dune Crawlers. So good play here from Typhus and his psychic buddy behind him as well. Psychic phase complete. Shooting phases.
There isn't one actually, because he advanced.
There is no shooting phase. Charges. No, there's no charges either. Okay, it's a turn finish. It's been a tactical turn though.
There's 1 combat over there.
1 ongoing combat. Yes, we'll roll straight into this one and get this resolved. Yeah, okay, combat resolved down here. Aaron hacked down 3. We then did no damage back, and then fouled morale by 1. Removed another model, but we've held there with the Rangers. Casualties heavy on both sides now. We'll go on to turn. We'll trade in some cards now. So Supremacy. This is a very important roll actually, because it could put you quite comfortably ahead.
2.
That's okay. It's going to be 2 more points picked up. That's a good result because this game's so tight, and time is ticking away now because we're going to go on to turn 5. Those 2, Assassinate and
Overwhelming Firepower, I'm going to get rid of.
Because you don't have any firepower short. Okay. So Aaron will keep Assassinate in play. Turn is finished. Turn 5 now. This could be the last turn of the game. Ad Mech have performed well here against the Death Guard, but they still could lose this fight. We'll go on to turn 5 for them next. All right, here we go. Turn 5. Cards then, first of all. Assassinate's in play. Then the 2 fresh cards. Defend objective number 1. It's covered in Poxwalkers at the moment over there in the crater. But defend objective number 6. What an epic climax here to this game. This is the objective to go for. We've got to try and defend it, so we've got to move on to it this turn, which we have, and then survive next turn. The advantage now for the Ad Mech is that the closest models are all characters now, so we can pick and choose which of these we want to shoot at. There's no screens protecting them, and that'll help with the assassinate card as well. Big incentive to try and kill 3 characters to gain D3 victory points here. So what I've done is I've kept Belisarius Call exactly where he is to keep the rerolls for shooting here with our firepower and the snipers. We've backed off from the Lord of Contagion and formed a screen here. The Tech Priest Dominus has moved in to now hold objective number 6, and then the 2 Rust Stalkers have moved across if they need to charge in here against the Noxious Blightbringer. And across here, just plan to charge in again, shoot with the Flechette Blasters and charge in with Infiltrators, and then continue to harass this vehicle with the 2 Dragoons. That's movement done. Shooting phase for the Ad Mech next. Okay, shooting phase resolved. Typhus gone. And then across here, Lord of Contagion gone as well. That was combined firepower coming from snipers and also from the Dune Crawlers as well. Just that continuous firepower, one turn after the next, and it's reduced these characters down. So just these 2 characters left, and then across here, 11 Poxwalkers. Yeah, Flechette Blasters, cutting those down very quickly. So we'll now go on to charges and Overwatch now, but it looks like the Ad Mech is starting to mop up what's left of the Death Guard here, but is it too late is the question. Okay, so charge has taken place. Poxwalkers have been charged here by the Infiltrators. No damage on Overwatch again with the Dragoons going in across here. The Rust Stalkers might be able to bring this character down just at the edge of the crater. We tried to charge the Tech Priest Dominus, but he's more interested in holding back here, defending objective number 6. Charge is done. We'll resolve these combats next. So I'm going to see if I can bring down this Noxious Blightbringer here. 2 Cord Claw attacks first of all. They've missed. The Omniscient Mask. Let's turn them into hits. 6s will be fantastic. No. And it's strength 4, so you're...
Yep.
Nothing. 5 attacks now with Transonic Razors. Reroll these 2, the Omniscient Mask. And 6s for mortal wounds. Nothing again, but 2 wounds do come through, so Aaron will take 2 regular saves here.
Hit them both.
She passes, and that's that combat resolved. We'll fight against this Plague Burst Crawler. 3 attacks with the first Dragoon. Just the 1 hit comes through. No wound. And the second one. 3 hits. That becomes 3 hits that come through. So it's actually 5 now. And those wounds have made it through. -1. So 4 ups. Aaron's passed 2. Okay. And it's 2 damage. So,
okay.
Yeah. 5 pluses.
1 wound.
Just 1 wound. Okay, resolve this one round here. 17 wounds came through, overwhelming the Poxwalkers. The Infiltrators really have done well here. They excel at sweeping around a quieter flank and breaking through and working pretty good combination with the Dragoons as well. Aaron's attack back with the vehicle actually managed to put a wound here on this Dragoon. And then coming across this side, took out one of the Rust Stalkers with the Noxious Blightbringer. Passing morale, turn is finished. That's the end of turn 5 here for the Ad Mech. So we're currently defending 6. Can't claim that one yet. I'm going to discard that one. And assassinate. We get 1 point because we only killed 1 character. The aim was to try and bring him down to make it 3 to get the D3, but we didn't. So that card has to be handed in. We can't hang on to it. So we'll hand that one in and take 1 point just there. I've got a feeling this Death Guard might be able to edge this one here. It depends if the game goes on to any more turns here. We'll push on to turn 5 now for the Death Guard. Okay, movement complete, backed off out of combat. Here's not much else the Plague Burst Crawler can do. Holding on to this objective here. Cards then assassinate behind enemy lines, which is extremely difficult. And then Area Denial, which is the centre of the table. It's just marked by that las gun just there by the bush. If Aaron slays this Rust Stalker here, might be able to do it with Smite, then he'll pick up a point. There's remaining combat with the Noxious Blightbringer, and a Malignant Plaguecaster has just moved through, lining himself up for Smite against the Rust Stalker. So that's movement done. Turn 5 here, we'll go on to Psychic phase next. All right, psychic phase complete. It's worked out really well. Smite went off, so that's wiped out the Ruststalker Princeps, and that means Aaron will get error denial, and he denies us 2 points because it's now contested here. These aren't within 3 inches. It's just the Warlord and just this character here, which means it's now contested and we don't get defend 6. So that's a 3-pointer there in total. Well done. So we're going to shooting phase, which you have a pistol.
One thing.
Pistol
in here.
Okay.
Okay.
Not supercharging.
No.
And it's missed. Okay. Shooting phase done. And then charge phase, Aaron's not going to charge here and leave it at that. So end of turn, Aaron can trade in some cards here. So error denial 1 point.
1 point, yeah.
And any discards to take place?
Behind enemy lines.
It's going to be discarded. Okay. All right, so we've reached that stage in the game to see if the game continues. I'm going to roll a dice here. I had the first turn, so need to roll. 3+, we'll get turn 6. I think we need it. We do. Turn 6 coming up next for the Ad Mech. Okay, we're on turn 6 here. I didn't know, but Aaron had been calculating points. If the game had ended, the Death Guard would have won. And now the real kick in the teeth, the cards that have come up here for the Ad Mech. Defend objective number 6, then we'll clear away this character, attempt to, should be able to, and then start the process of defending that objective. And then look what's come up here. Secure objective number 6 as well. Massive incentive now. A real narrative's built up naturally here in the game, in this this Maelstrom mission. And then finally behind enemy lines. And I get D3 victory points if I have 3 units that can do it. And look here, 3 units that can achieve that this turn. So praise the Omnissiah for turn 6. We'll do movement now for the Ad Mech. Okay, so movement's complete here. Belisarius Call slithering ahead here, the great slug moving forwards. You can see the Dune Crawlers here with their banners here on the march. The Tech Priest engines here next to them. Holding position though with the snipers. The troops now moving on to objective number 6 and the Tech Priest Dominus to try and push the last of the Death Guard out of the way. Moving through here with the 2 Dragoons and then the Ruststalkers or the Infiltrators going 8 inches poised to shoot and charge into the Poxwalkers on objective number 3. Okay, so we're going to shooting phase next. All right, so shooting phase is resolved here. We have wiped out the characters here, almost wiped out the Poxwalkers, the Flechette Blasters doing the damage, and then fired all 3 of these Dune Crawlers into the back end of this Plague Burst Crawler. Still 3 wounds remain. It is so tough to try and bring down. But now it's 1 damaged Plague Burst Crawler and 3 Poxwalkers left. That's all the Death Guard have here at this stage. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch, a possible wipeout and auto end to the game. So rules for sudden death not in place. It means if there's a wipeout, which could occur here, charges have taken place, no damage from Overwatch. We charged with infiltrators first against both targets, and that protected these as they went in. If a wipeout does occur, it means the game will automatically stop, but it won't be an automatic loss here to the Death Guard. They could still have enough points to win the battle despite the possible wipeout. But we'll press on here and see if the wipeout occurs. So we'll fight with this Dragoon first of all. 3 attacks. So 2 hits come through. Forced to wound. 2 wounds come through. It's -1. So 4 up saves here.
1 goes through.
Okay, 2 damage. Disgustingly resilient. No, 2 wounds taken. Now 1 wound left. The last Dragoon. 2 hits, that becomes 3 hits. So 4 hits in total. Strength 8, yes, 2 wounds come through at -1. Another 2 have made it through. 2 disgustingly resilient rolls or the tank is destroyed.
Yep.
It's finally gone.
Blows up on 5, it does go up.
Oh no, it's detonated. Alright, so we'll resolve the damage here as the game's virtually over here. Just 3 Poxwalkers left. So just to show you the scene here, well, that can go now. That's gone. That's blown up. So he's away. It was him. Damage from the explosion, by the way, down to 2 wounds left, down to 5 wounds left. I'm just going to consolidate and push him through the gap. And then Aaron's already piled in here with the infiltrators to try and finish off the Poxwalkers here. What a finish here to this battle. We'll go on to the infiltrators then. 7 of them left. Yes, 14, 15 attacks. 3s. There's a load of 6s there. Take away these misses. So those are the hits coming through. And then all of those turn into 3 hits each. So it looks something like that. 2s to wound. All of them except 1. And even Aaron will not be able to pass that many disgustingly resilient rolls. He's just rolled a random number of dice and they've failed. Okay, so they're gone. We have got the wipeout here. The Ad Mech have cleansed this compound. So battle's over. Epic slog here between these two forces. Cards to trade in. Oh no. You don't get your turn.
Yeah,
so I don't defend 6.
But you'll get secure.
I should have.
You'll be alright.
You reckon? Aaron thinks so. You know, in a strange way, I should have held off and let you survive to get those 2 points. But we get secure 6. Behind enemy lines here, I'm going to roll a D3. Thank you. Aaron's just passed me the dice. It's a 4, which is 2 points picked up. So I picked up 3 here. That may be enough to tip it in our favour. We'll get an exact score here, but boy, this game's been tight between these two sides. All right, so we'll calculate this live. How's that? Because we haven't got an exact score. So here we go. Ad Mech 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 points picked up for objectives. Slay the Warlord, 14. First Strike, no. And Linebreaker, 15. 15 points picked up. Can Aaron beat that is the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I got First Strike.
13. That is the final score. Okay, Ad Mech have won by 2 points, but it was an exceptionally close game. I needed those last cards in at the end. Close battle. We really do enjoy the close games, and we've had one here. This one has been very, very close indeed. Similar story in the first battle as well over on the Plus channel. Entirely different though than what we've seen here. But 2 epic fights have taken place, and the result here is a win for the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Death Guard have been stopped. But it's not been Space Marines that have halted their progress. It's been the forces of the Adeptus Mechanicus here, led by this tech priest, Dominus, who currently weeps over the fallen knight here in the centre of the battlefield. But great game, very enjoyable double episode here. Thanks to Aaron Allen for taking part of his Death Guard. Great army, fantastically painted up, and great to see them taking on another one of the armies here on the channel. But in this particular fight, the forces of the Imperium have cause to rejoice. They have stopped the forces of chaos here in this epic fight. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Okay, units of the game. Multiple contenders here. Aaron says honourable mention to the Lord of Contagion. Remember his attacks up in this direction, the disruption that he caused. It's going to give it to the Plague Burst Crawlers, though. Solid and reliable units. Take ages to kill, and good fire support from them. For the Ad Mech, definite honourable mention to these snipers here. Good firepower from them. At every turn they were firing with their transonic arquebus weapons. It's got to go. Belisarius Call as well, good honourable mention to him. The amount of shots that he converted into hits was excellent. But we're going to give it to the infiltrators. So they landed, wiped out a whole squad of Plague Marines, then swept around this direction, and then electrocuted a pile of Poxwalkers here from them, and then helped secure the wipeout right at the very end of the game. So honourable mention to the infiltrators there. But that's units of the game for both sides.